Have you ever been inside a system that just moved too fast? Too many missions, too much feedback, too little time to understand what any of it means? You are not resisting, but still feel overwhelmed? That's what's like approaching light of speed in gamification. In physics, as velocity increases, the world around you starts to distort. Details blur, meaning flattens, input accelerates. And the faster you go, the harder it is to know what just happened. Gamified systems do this too. We speed things up to feel dynamic, but sometimes we go so fast that the user loses emotional connection. Today, we are talking about speed limits and why faster isn't always better. This is physics of gamification, where we take ideas from physics and use them to understand how people behave inside gamified systems and how to design those systems more wisely. I am Hakan Uzer, co-founder of Motivacraft, and in this episode we are tapping the brakes. In physics, nothing with mass can reach the speed of light, but as you approach it, strange things start to happen. Time stretches, space compresses, and the environment around you begins to blur. You are still moving forward, but you lose clarity. Now, think about that in context of gamification. A system that accelerates too quickly, throws in too many elements too fast, can have the same effect on your users. The user keeps moving, but they stop absorbing. They lose the thread of meaning, of emotion, of progress. They are checking in, completing tasks, maybe even achieving goals, but nothing really lands. That's not a flow, that's fragmentation. Speed in gamified systems shows up in all kinds of ways. Too many mechanics introduced at once. Instant feedback that feels shallow. Constant stimuli with no space to process. Levels that escalate before the user knows what just happened. At first, this feels exciting. Things are happening, the system feels alive. But soon, the participant is just reacting. There is no room for choice, no time for investment, no real pause for satisfaction. Everything's moving, but nothing's connecting. And when people can't feel what they are doing, they stop caring about doing it. We think we are creating energy. We think we are creating motivation. But actually, we are just creating noise. So how do we keep things dynamic without turning them dizzying? The answer isn't slow everything down. It's to design with rhythm, intentional pacing that lets emotion catch up to action. There are ways to do that. We should start small. Introduce one mechanic at a time. Let it breathe, let it matter to users. You should use feedback that lands. Not just a confetti animation, but something that reflects the user's effort, choices, or growth. You should add moments of calm. Silence, pause, reflection. The space between challenges can be as important as the challenges themselves. And think about time the way a good story does, not just as motion, but as meaning. Keep in mind that pacing is emotional. It's not just how fast something happens, it's how it feels when it does. Take a look at your system, or remember one you have experienced recently. Where are things moving too fast for the participant to keep up? Ask yourself, are you confusing novelty with clarity? Are your users being introduced to depth or just speed? Is your feedback giving insight or just input? Does the pace invite focus or prevent it? Try pulling one lever back, give one mechanic more space, or build a pause into a loop where none existed before. You might find that the moment you slow something down is the moment it finally lands. Next time, we'll explore the opposite problem. Not systems that move too fast, but systems that stop evolving altogether. In episode 18, Thermodynamic Equilibrium, we'll look at what happens when systems become too balanced, too stable, too comfortable, and why that usually signals the beginning of disengagement. Until then, remember, speed can be powerful, but in gamification, clarity beats velocity. Every time. This has been Physics of Gamification. Thanks for listening.